Hello guys, welcome to another edition of Stev032 Plays, and it's been a while since I've done a video. I thought I'd do one this afternoon. I've got some spare time. We're going to play a game called Doki Doki Literature Club, which just looks absolutely bizarre, as you can even see from the title screen. This was a free game with PS Plus this month for October. Don't really know too much about it. I've heard it's a bit weird and wonderful. So let's give it a go and see how we get on. Okay, so we've got to enter our name. So we're going to put Steve. Okay. 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 So we've got some dialogue. Hey. I guess this is me talking. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's obviously totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friends you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. I'm trying to make sure my mic is definitely on. Yep, it is. Okay, good. You guys can hear me. You know each other for so long. Okay. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. If she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Oh my god. Oh jeez, what are we playing? Haha. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Oh, this is me now talking. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Ew, you say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's that's mean, Steve. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird and I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Hey. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. What a weird way to describe more and more people being around on the streets. Speckled. Sayori. By the way, Steve, have you decided on a club to join yet? Club? Oh, I didn't realise it was actually going to say a club. A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. Sound really angry saying that. I haven't been looking either. Hey, that's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Don't remember doing that. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. In one of my many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Well, I'm not quite sure about the anime side, but games, yeah. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. Why is she so worried about me? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. What the hell is a NEET? A NEET? You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy, Sayori. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Oh, it's made her very happy. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind. At least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Okay, so we're now in the classroom. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. That was quick. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? She's back again. Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realise that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... Oh, she doesn't give up, does she? Know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. What is her club? Oh, I'm not saying that. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to go to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep, girl. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's just so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. Off we go. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. It's just the same classroom, isn't it? Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. It's girl one. These girls, we've seen these girls, honestly. Welcome to the literature club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Steve, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. It's pretty accurate to how I'm feeling right now. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. Hang on, that's Natsuki. Right, got it. The girl in the pink. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognise. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have had a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? Who's Monica? Oh my god, another girl. That's right. It's great to see you again. Oh, she knows me, doesn't she? Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Oh my god. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Steve. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? I don't like tea. The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa. Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with ice in, and a little piece of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute. I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Hey, well, you know, just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavour. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. I like the facial expressions. Very dramatic. But not for you, you know, you dummy. Alright. I gave up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismissed the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom. Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Hey, don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea. I don't really in real life, but the game's sake will say we do. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so that's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decide to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you leader of the debate club last year? Aha, well, you know, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. See, I respect. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Where is this going? Where is this going? Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining, though I still don't know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Steve, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I read, I've read this past few years, which is true as well, in real life. I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? No, not manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head certainly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of a teacup with her fingers. My favourites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, And telling a good story is such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. It's a bit more like it, rather than manga. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart all over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. And give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. So nicey. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Oh, she's sweating. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we will all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we've a new member, I think it will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Steve? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. Oh, they're all looking at me. Yeah, they are. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought, Steve, you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay to order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right, okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light back up. Yes, I'm so happy. Sayori wraps arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Swearing. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Right, I'm in it now. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Steve, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hey. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star, Monika, with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Steve, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Honestly. Dirty, dirty little man I am. Dirty man. Well, will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances. I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Right, okay. Okay, so it's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favourite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, so what should we choose? We've got after image, childhood, calm, parfait, landscape, tragedy, uncanny, entropy, beauty, socks. Let's go with tragedy. It looks like hello, who was it? Was it Yuri? I can't work out which one's which. Right, raindrops frightening, party hurt, empty, meager, hope, sticky, comfort or imagination. Frightening. Oh, she liked that one. Melody, ribbon, disarray, marshmallow, philosophy, captive, clouds, anger, sweet or determination. Let's pick sweet. It's in sweetie sweets. Papa, essence, disaster, dance, jump, bunny, vacation, candy, flying, rain cloud. Pick candy. Excitement extreme, whistle together, rainbow hop, incongruent, kiss, happiness, judgment, kiss. Nibble, 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 despise, waterfall, I was going to say Masaka. It's not Masaka. Massacre. Cute, sunset, bouncy. Bouncy. Oh, God. Melancholy, unending universe. I was going to pick Nibble. Let's pick bouncy. Aura, shiny, precious playground, peaceful summer, warm, lollipop, cheeks, bubbles. Let's go with bubble. I've just got a trophy for nothing. Bubbles. Infallible, vertigo, explode, vanilla, analysis, horror, twirl, pow, fear, or ambient. Let's go with vanilla. So that is girlfriend's favourite flavour. Dark scars, sparkle sunny, family incapable, fickle chocolate, pleasure, desire. Let's go with desire. Vibrant, giggle, games, misery, amazing, death, prayer, starscape, nightgown, disorientated. Giggle. Climax. Lust, vivid, shopping, hair, lipstick, swimsuit, anxiety, vivacious, passion. Let's go lipstick. Colour, silly, cage, cry, feather, clumsy, sugar, disown, eternity, journey. Silly. Atone, treasure, shame, lucky, bliss, wonderful, special, fluffy, whirlwind, mouse. Go with shame. Cheer, marriage, unrestrained, heartbeat, extraordinary, flower, inferno, sing, hopeless, wrath. Marriage. Depression, uncontrollable, spinning, existence, blanket, boop, secretive, unstable, poof, poof, heaven sent. Blanket. Dream, skipping, play, fireworks, fantasy, love, chumpy, kitty, vitality, headphones. Love. It's got to be love. Joy, variance, covert, Portrait, loud, quiet, whisper, memories, smile. Smile. Dazzle, pink, insight, pain, fireflies, heart, adventure, forgive, fester, sadness. Adventure. Intellectual, time, broken, breathe, flee, ocean, puppy, grief, destiny, peace. So grief. Rose, question, agonizing, Doki Doki, electricity, laugh, lazy, daydream, crimson pure. It's got to be Doki Doki. Right, God knows how that's made a poem. Hi again, Steve. Glad to see you didn't run away on us, haha. No, nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I kept my word. I'll keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Steve. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Siori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you still have a big mouth as someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back to a seat. Don't worry, guys. Steve always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Siori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. It's getting a bit dark in here. Let me just get a bit more light into the room. You guys can see me. There we go, it's a bit better. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? Hey. You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Steve can become good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation you just put me into. Oh. Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So a nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picks out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. Thank God the music's changed. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organised if someone else is just going to mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person... When the person says, excuse me, how did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is. Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're going to judge, you can go do it through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Steve. Consider this a lesson straight from the Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. Ah, I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colourful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly... Mo. Don't just stand there. Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. Why's that? Guess it's easier to be close together like this? Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it. Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. Didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's particularly a bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, you paying attention? Huh? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. Looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be a plot? Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things, like there's a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. But that just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they get into all their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. Ah, is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power. Good save. Ah, this chapter seems like it's about bacon. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of bacon in this manga? Well, Natsuki pauses for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't, I was just curious. Since you enjoy bacon too, right? That's just a coincidence. Just happened to get into bacon around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in bacon. Still, all of the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? Well, close up. We read on for a few more minutes. I've finished a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not, even though you're just watching me read. Well, I'm fine with that, if you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Cheese. Ah, sorry. Like I'd ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet. Makes me want to punch them in the face. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Oh, I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So... Aha. Geez, that's enough. You're going to keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. Ha ha ha. I totally forgot that happens. Natsuki puts a finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favourite character. You always feel a little bit bad for her since she's so lucky, but it gets especially bad when... Shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish the chapter. Still don't know what's going on with this game, what it's about, what am I meant to be doing, what's the point. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone, but if she's not used to sharing her favourite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. Being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience. The thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, here we go, finally. Oh, come on. Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. Just need to make sure we have enough time. They do look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright. Guess I'll stop here for now. All this reading. I'm going to do a sore throat. I've got some water. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but... Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I didn't really plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. And if it gets bent, I'll call you. By tomorrow. I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yes. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done anything like this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting here from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Oh, funky. Who should I show my poems to first? Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, or Monica? Let's go with Monica, because Monica's the head of the club. Just start Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want to know I'm putting in the effort. Hi, Steve. Having a good time so far? Ah, yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Haha, don't worry, Steve. We're all a little bit embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I had one look at my poem. I like it, Steve. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. No. It kind of makes me think of something that Suki would write. She's a good writer too. So take that as a compliment. If you say so. Yeah. There are lots of poems and stories out there that are no more than a few simple words. They can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Nasuki is kind of like that, sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. It might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why, it would be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It would take a while before I feel comfortable to doing this. Right, I'm gonna put a light on. Back in 2 secs. Alright, so far with this game, I don't really understand it. We haven't really written a poem, and we've met 4 girls that are... Yeah. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Haha. Anyway, can we just read this poem? We literally just need to read this poem. Do you want to read... Oh, my poem now. Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Here we go. It's called Hole in the Wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the sparkle protrudes. Is it sparkle? Oh, sparkle. A noisy neighbour, an angry boyfriend, I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realise now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the time between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is like this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Right, okay, so who do we show it next to? Well, she said that Natsuki would probably like it, so let's go with Natsuki. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't like giving you my opinion. Hey? Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said, well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You're supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So in other words, you're saying you liked it. As soon as your talk gets caught in her throat. Yeah, so you don't understand anything, do you? I told you, you don't have to go announce it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Now Suki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Right. Okay. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can't try. But that's about it. It's rubbish. Yeah, I told you you weren't going to like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But this isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves. Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yeah, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. Oh, excuse me. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realised. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, you know, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humour her with that last comment. I don't really care how everyone else is, but Natsuki's feeling proud. Then I won't take that away from her. Okay, let's go with Yori. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. Just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yep. Why'd you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so that is bad. No? Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Or what are you saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognise in new writers is the way they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they try to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they'll form fit the two together. The end result is that both style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Shuri finds a train of thought, it's as if her demeanour totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a single poem. A lot of reading this, a lot of reading. Oh dear, sorry. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? Well, never mind. It shouldn't be talking about people like that. I shouldn't be talking about people like that, sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri has apologised to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Your smile definitely... Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's the right opportunity for her. Which is... itself is kind of funny. After all, this isn't supposed to be a literature... Isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last... yet. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe calm, breathe in air of the present, but live in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I'm sorry, yeah, you do. I was really struggling to read it. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Yeah, it did. I just don't read a script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. Wasn't too short. Usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you saying... Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Uh-huh. The story isn't about a ghost at all, Steve. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you didn't... I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in their last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. Seems to be left with nothing. It's a little more sullen, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Well, there's only one person left. Just say hurry. Alright. Sit up. I'm gonna fall asleep otherwise. This game is sending me to sleep. I don't understand what it's going about. This is a good poem, Steve. Are you sure it's your first time? Oh, of course it is. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? Haha, guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. And that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm just happy that you wrote one. Which reminds me of how you really are part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course, I'm not really into it yet. But that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Steve. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Okay. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you've missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue, it's a secret, but I trust you. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sorry, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me I feel a little more comfortable, a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still try my best. Ah, yeah. Didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast, even though you were late for school. It's bad to skip breakfast. You get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. Hey, this is so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah, next time I won't forget. I'm going to write the best poems ever. I guess I look forward to it. Phew. I guess that's everyone. God, that was long-winded. Going through every single one of the poem. Let me read the dialogue. You don't read the dialogue to you. And glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing skills. But if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to that. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of them expression change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. Also, this language. Hey. Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki specifically returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Oh, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? You completely missed the symbolism or meaning. It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I just mean the language, I guess. Let's try and say something nice. You mean you have to try it that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks. But it didn't really come off at all. I have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. See, I really liked it. She did too. Ugh, I don't want to stop. This game is literally sending me to sleep. I am literally waiting for what the point of the game is. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate effort, but I spent a long time establishing my own writing. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And steal out my phone too, you know. He even told me he was impressed with it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh. I didn't realise you were so invested in trying to impress on a new member, Yuri. Why's the music stopped? Hasn't stopped, it's just new music. New music. Hey, that's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Steve appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Shade has been thrown. This is waking me up. And do you know how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ooh. Is everyone okay? No, they're not. They're arguing. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Steve started. Oh my god! Oh my god, this has escalated very quickly. I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Steve started showing up. Natsuki? Natsuki, that's a little... Oh, both Nat and Yuri said this doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Steve, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Steve. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only necessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Steve? Oh man, I'm getting put. What am I meant to do here? I'm getting put right slap bang in the middle of these two. Who am I meant to side with? Exactly. Well, oh god. Oh. How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whoever I agree with, they're probably going to think more highly of me. So of course, it's going to be... Alright, we go with Natsuki. Do we agree with Yuri? Or do we say help me Sayori? I want to go with Yuri, because Natsuki, she was mean. She was mean, having a go at Yuri. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. Yeah, exactly, Natsuki. That was bitchy. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone else's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri, you're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. Well, but here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said a poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that... Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Well, I mean, Natsuki had to go at Yuri's boobs. Tried to embarrass her. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenched her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at this point, being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm her, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. Sorry, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. It's like one of those reality shows, you know, like Made in Chelsea or Only Way is Essex or something, just storming out the room. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands and throws it in the trash. Oh, Natsuki, she really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in the adjacent chair. Sigh. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone not have got frustrated after being treated like that? You handle it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Steve, you're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know... so referring to the boobs. I would never do anything so shameful. So, eh? What thing did Natsuki say? Look at her sweating. Well, never mind that. I'm going to make some tea. Ah, good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. She's still mad. Steve, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Same thing again tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too, so your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. If any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Steve, ready to walk home? Oh man, she just doesn't let up, does she? Sure, let's go, why not? Hey, Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say if I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori? What? About what happened earlier? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. Just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Steve, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club, but I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. Ah, that's nice. And I think everyone really likes you too. Hey, every day is going to be so much fun. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught onto the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Right, okay. So, do we want to go with... We didn't... I don't know. Well, these are all the same words again. I don't know. Well, similar words. Let's go with ocean. Let's go with unrestrained. I feel like picking the bigger words Yuri might like. So, extraordinary. Oh no, it didn't work. Festa. Vertigo. Let's go with massacre. Horror. Let's make it very sort of tragedy. Secretive. Depression. We had a bit of romance last time. Death. Graveyard. Uncontrollable. Infallible. Oh, you're always loving this. Frightening. Disarray. Fireworks. Disorientated. Parfait, that's going to be the middle one, surely. Yeah, I thought she would. And last one. Hurt. So at the moment, I can't work out what difference really. Another day passes. It's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Steve. Right, we'll have another 11 minutes of streaming, and then I think we'll stop because, yeah, I'm not sure about this game. I'm getting used to the characters. I'm getting a bit invested in that, but now that I've spent the time I have playing it. Hi, Steve. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. Hey? That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Hey? Why that all of a sudden? No reason really, I just wanted to look at it. Ah. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. Aha. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming into the club room. So if you're not hungry and wanting an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you'd spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry, and so that only leaves the one option. It's just like, wah. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Here's Yuri. Aha. Yuri suddenly giggles. Huh? Didn't notice that she was listening. Her face is in her book, as always. Ah. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Steve to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Ooh. Ah. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. Aha. I really like it when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Hey, don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on. Give me more credit than that, Sayori. Hey, out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. What? Kia? Ow. What was... Huh? A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances round. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. Aha. I was just going to give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. She just threw a cookie in her face. Like, that could have hurt her. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. She's not bothered about being hit in the face with cookies. She's just bothered about the food. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. Hey, you're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Oh, she's giving her a cuddle again. Jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand. Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. She's a wrong one for that. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Uh-huh. Mouth full, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori... Huh? Natsuki glances round. Monica isn't in the club room. Oh. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She's probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Hey? You don't think she has a... I would be surprised. Oh, is she meeting a boy? She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. Oh, that's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last... Oh my god. Oh my god. I honestly thought she was about to say that she was on a period. I completely misread that. Well, my last period today was study hall. I think I'm tired. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. Aha. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I just kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay. That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Steve. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back in a book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this sense, and I made her uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. Something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister, but as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Aha. Yuri gently giggles, all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Steve? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a different new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in, then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologise. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Please stop me if I start talking too much. I don't really need to think you need to worry. It just means you're passionate about reading them. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I'd put in my bag. Alright, it's fine. If I sit here, right? I'll slip into the seat next to yours. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright, I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realise that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I was just... Yuri, you really apologise a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Oh, careful. Feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and the forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right hand side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Oh, sorry, I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah? Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she's finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she's also second guessing all the things that she says she does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment, but that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were so self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant that it's a kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone, I think it's about time we shared today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhaled, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri released her hand from a book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back in my bag. Who should I show my poem first? Let's go with Yuri again. Oh, let's go with Yuri this time. Let's see what you've written for today. Right, let's just do this, and then we're going to finish up, guys. I'm still not sure about this game. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Steve, how did you pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why you did a good job explaining. I really want to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. So with her. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah. Being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it makes me really happy. You saying you never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. I need a new voice. I know the reason why I'm going to have to stop in a minute. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself, and besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh? Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. It's called The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an ordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom, the bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife, the very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited, or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. Okay. It's a bit weird. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem's about. That's right. It's a bit close to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sort of things that I'm usually forced to keep to myself, so I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Steve? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities, even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. Right, I'm going to leave it there because I need to go get some food, and I'm still waiting for something to happen. I don't know what's meant to happen, but I just don't really get this game. But yeah, for anybody who's watched or watched a little bit, thanks for watching. And I feel like I've sort of almost invested myself a little bit in this at the moment, even though it's the weirdest game I've probably played in a long, long time in terms of the fact that not actually very much has happened. But I've got to know the characters, and obviously there's a little bit of a spat between Natsuki and Yuri, so I don't know, maybe that could progress. Every so often it throws a little curveball in there with some of the dialogue choices. So yeah, we'll maybe pick this back up again, do a part 2 video, and see if it's how it moves forward. Alright? Thanks very much for watching, and see you guys next time.